He's strong. He's kind. He's always there for you. And he's handsome to boot. He's perfect. Perfect. Perfectly infuriating. He makes me crazy. Wait a minute. What are you worried about? All the pieces are in place. Relax. Whoa. Here's what you do. Let Hercules train the kid. In the next games, I'll take care of them both. Who invited you to the party? Stay out of this. This is my show.
As you wish. Fight to your heart's content.
What's going on, everyone? MetalBlade427 here, and I present to you Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Final Mix Remix. In the last episode, we went through the very first time at the Olympus Coliseum. We're going to be back here plenty of times throughout the course of this game, because as the different tournaments open up, we're going to go do whatever we need to do with them, and collect a lot of good items. Before I continue on, I have to say, I apologize for a bit of a span between the last episode and this one. I definitely had some computer problems come my way, and I had to wait a while in order to get a brand new one. Also, I don't know how the audio is actually going to come out on this one. I tried to reinstall a bunch of different things on the new laptop that I have, and I seem to be having some problems with my Blue Yeti and Audacity combo. But you know what? I'm just gonna roll with the punches, and I've been testing a few things here and there, so I hope the audio works out really well and you guys can hear me and I'm not distorted or anything along that ways. Anywho, moving on to what we have to do next. Our next destination will be to go back to Traverse Town and complete the actual storyline modes in there, so let's get going. First thing you may notice is, look at my Gummy Ship. I have decked it out with all kinds of new upgrades and everything, a bunch of blocks to help increase my defense, as well as lots and lots of firepower. I have two main lasers on the top, one firing forward, one firing to the side, as well as a laser. So when you hit triangle, you shoot out a beam of energy that uses the power from the power meter. So after so many laser shots, it takes away, I guess, an MP of power, you would call it. And then you can also refill them by grabbing, the blue orbs right there, the blue orbs with the stars, and all that stuff. Plus, the lasers have a homing feature on them. When you see something kind of come my way, you'll see a little reticle kind of zoom into it, and then it'll automatically hit that. But for the remainder of this flight, what I decide to talk about is this. So, did you guys know that Toshiba laptops have a feature in it that, for unbeknownst to you as you do stuff, will actually delete the operating system in it? I was having some trouble with my old... Okay, I'm a Dell person. I like Dells. I've always had a Dell on a desktop, a laptop, and everything. And this last computer I got, I was suggested get the Toshiba. Plus, it was on sale and yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, you know what? Why not? Let me try something new. I bought that thing the end of July of 2014. So as of this video, it hasn't even been a year yet. And it's broken on me so many times. The hard drive died out on me a few times. And this last time, when it was acting a little wonky, I decided to go and do a system reset, blow up the computer, as me and my friends say. I've done it plenty of times before. It wasn't anything new or anything different for me, but I must have hit something, and the computer decided to, hey, let's just get rid of the Windows operating system altogether. Who does that? Who puts that into your computer? Why would you ever need a feature like that? It's so ridiculous. And then I go bring it to Best Buy in order to be like, hey, what the heck is going on? They tell me that interesting factoid, and then they tell me it's going to cost $250 to get all my information and then re-put on everything. And I'm like, no. I'm going back to my old ways. I found a new computer. I named her Adele. She's Adele. Don't judge me. I set fire to the rain. And I am now back and doing everything I need to do. Speaking of doing things that I need to do, let us head over to the item shop, because I think there's going to be there's nothing new yet. You have to wait a little bit longer into the game before Huey, Dewey, and Louie start selling some new stuff. But what I do want to do is I want to check out the items that I have not bought for Donald or Goofy, the two other weapons and whatnot. So let's go on in, and we go down. We already have the Morning Star for Donald, but we can get the Warhammer, a hammer made for combat, and then also the Smasher for Goofy. I am going to buy the Smasher right away. Do I want the Warhammer? You know what I do need, though? I do need to get some ethers, because, yeah, ethers, I don't know how you want to pronounce it, but this is pretty much going to be my healing portion of the remainder of the game, so grab a few of those, and you know what? Yeah, alright, fine, here we go. You know what, I'm going to get it, I'm going to throw it on, I'm not going to throw it on Donald, I'm just going to kind of show you guys, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like, just so I can change around my end card a little bit. Alright, as for us, we do have the Inferno Band, reduces fire and dark damage by 20%, but I'm not going to put that on Sword because it doesn't really help him. I will give it to Donald, it will increase his defense, and if we go up against any type of fire things. So here's the Warhammer. I kind of like the way it looks. It is a hammer. I like the little, like, wings. There you go, wings that are connected to it. It does raise his strength a bit, but he's a magician. He's a mage. Why would he need his strength going up? Plus, he loses an MP, so I'm not even going to bother with that. Might as well just have it to have it. I like collecting all the weapons anyway. Nothing new for Goofy, but now the Smasher is the same size as the Night Shield and has a nice little, what is that, a fleur-de-lis, I believe that's called, on it, and as you can see, it raises his strength by 2, so I am going to equip that onto him. It does not affect his defense really at all, but sometimes there are projectiles that'll be fired at Goofy that the shield will block and negate. The good thing about the other shield is it's larger, so it was able to negate more attacks. The little one, not so much, but it is stronger, so hopefully Goofy will be a little bit more on the offensive point with that shield. What do you got to say for yourself, Goofy? Leon's probably at the underground cavern. He trains there often. You know, the channel in the alley is connected to the cavern. It's actually an interesting bit of information there. It's kind of what you have to do next. But you would need a specific ability in order to get to that cavern. Speaking of new abilities, check this out. This is the area where Sora woke up, and we have our first red Trinity. So why don't we use this and Trinity charge? Ouch! And we have a hole that leads us to the alley. Inside of the alley, we'll be able to get to a chest that we were unable to get to before, and I'm pretty sure you were never able to get to this because this chest contains more puppies. Number 4, 5, and 6. Wow, the single-digit puppies. These are the ones that are actually part of the original litter. Again, I believe I mentioned like way back in the day, you may have been able to use some boxes to jump over these boxes here to get to it, but I don't know. I don't think you were actually able to do that, because if you were able to jump over it, you would get the puppies probably well before you even got the side quest for it. I never actually tried that. Maybe that'll be a future playthrough on this. I don't know. But for right now, we need to move along because we have a bunch of different things that we need to go and check out. And this is actually still closed. So why don't we head over to the second district. And in the second district, we find ourselves going up against new enemies. Of course, we're going to be running into new ones of these. I think we're almost done with this type of Heartless. These yellow guys here are called Yellow Operas. 24 to 60 HP, they give you 3 to 60 experience, they drop HP, MP, and money balls. You can get your Thunder Shards from them because that's their elemental. And Yellow Operas are spellcasting Heartless. Besides attacking with thunder, they hurl themselves against their enemies. They absorb thunder attacks. So pretty much like the, the Red Nocturnes and the Blue Rhapsodies, if you use the specific type of spell against them, they will absorb it, and then they will kind of get powered up per se. What else is there? There's really not much you can do in terms of weakness of element against them. They are just weak against, well, not really specifically weak, but you can use any element. But you can counter them when they're about to shoot off a thunder attack, so you can use that to your advantage and get some tech points. There's a bunch of guys around here, so I'm going to run around for a little bit, gain some experience, gain some money, and gain some good old time. So I'll let you know if anything else important happens. Up and more new enemies. The green ones now we have to go up against. They are green Requiems. 15 to 45 HP, 4 to 90 experience. They drop HP, MP balls, a lot of MP balls actually. You have a chance to drop them some ethers, some bright shards, and a Protera chain. These are spellcasting Heartless. They heal themselves and other Heartless with Cure. They're slow-moving, but hover high in the air and absorb most magic attacks, so you can't really use magic against them, but they will heal other people. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to fire off my Sonic Blade just to kind of show you what it does, and that's pretty much it. That is the entire duration of the Sonic Rave. It's a little hard to control because Sora just kind of flies at whatever he has currently locked on against, and if he's unable to hit him, you can get yourself caught in a corner, which is really annoying to do. As far as the green Requiems go, they do not do any type of attacks on you, but they will again hover around all the other Heartless and gradually heal them. So they will probably be your first target in terms of wanting to take out as soon as they appear. Alright, so that's pretty much that. Again, the Sonic Raves I'm not a big fan of because they use 2 MP, and at this point in the game, MP is a little bit limited for me, with being only 3, and I kind of need it in order to cast like healing spells and things along that ways. So I'm going to run around the remainder of this Traverse Town 2nd District here, take down some of these large bodies and various spellcasting Heartless, you know, the ones with the color and music names to them, gain some experience, money, and all that other fun stuff. Alright, now that that's all cleared out and all that good stuff, I think what I'm going to do, you have to go to the alley in order to get to where Leon is training, but I'm going to go through the Dalmatian House because we can go and collect some items because of all the puppies that we have found. Oh, the little guy came home. Oh, how cute. And then they're starting to gather in the masses. Pongo pushes us a present, and this shows you that after you've collected so many puppies, that you are given a gift from Pongo and Perdita. And this particular gift that we have is in a little pink box right next to us. That's what it'll pretty much always look like. And right now, we have gotten a Kuriga G, which is for our ship, Gummy Ship, and a Firiga G. So some pretty good equipment for our Gummy Ship that I will be putting on slowly but surely. Now, as you look around the rooms, you're going to see that the puppies are going to start kind of collecting themselves together in all different parts of the house. You can tell the difference between girl and boy puppies by their collar. All boy puppies have red collars, all girl puppies have blue collars. So that's just to kind of give you an idea of, you know, just the sex of the puppies. And you two better be careful. You may knock over that flower there, buddies. Let's see, what do we got? We got this poor little guy sitting by himself on the arm of the chair. Got a few of them sleeping under the couch. They're sleeping. Let's see what else we got. Dining room. Dude, there's so many of them that are just going to be popping. I mean, 99 puppies. They got to be everywhere. You know, they're going to be doing all kinds of different things and whatnot. And this one seems really interested in that case of wine there. I think you have a problem. That puppy has a drinking problem. Oh, we still haven't got. My favorite one is the one that sits right here and just watches the TV, because I believe that's from the movie as well. I forget which puppy that is, but he likes watching that that special, what was that? I think it was a German Shepherd police dog or whatever it is. I don't know, but it's cute. All right, so into the alley. We need to just kind of go down to the one area where the bars are, but there's gonna be guys here. So let me fight these new operas and what are they? Requiems. There aren't many red Trinities in this game, but you know what? We've found 2 of them already, and we kind of need this one for story progression. So let's jump into the water and actually activate the Trinity. Charge. Let's go, guys. Bash through these metal gates. That's gonna hurt. Whatever. Alright, into the secret waterway we go. Alright, so we get a little bit of a swimming aspect right here. We're going to move around, and we can see Leon standing there doing his practice swinging, and Ares is standing right behind him. Aerith, I don't really know how you want to pronounce it, but we do have this one little dead end here that leads us to a very weird mural of a moon with a bunch of stars in it and fun times like that, but this will come into play much later in the game. So why don't we head back over here, and let's give a chat with, what do you have to say? This place is so mysterious. That's good, thank you. Leon, guess what we found? So, you found the keyhole? That's not what I meant, but yes, we did. Yeah, actually we found a few keyholes. Like 2. The keyhole locked, the key blade locked it automatically. Good. Every world among the stars has a keyhole. And each one leads to the heart of that world. There must be one in this town as well. What do you mean? That's pretty self-explanatory, Sora. It was in Ansem's report. the Heartless enter through the keyhole and do something to the world's core. What happens to the world? It basically blows up, Sora. In the end, it disappears. What? Lots of voices, what? That's why your key is so important. Please lock the keyholes. Well, that's our main goal anyway. You're the only one who can. I don't know. Why are you having second thoughts now, Sora? Seeing other worlds would probably serve you well. Yeah! We gotta find your friends and King Mickey. I guess you're right. Okay, that was easy. Way to convince me, guys. Very good. But we're not done talking to Leon yet because I wanted to talk to him about the gummy block, not the keyholes, but hey, whatever. Hey, Leon. This gummy block's different from the others. Do you know what it's for? And then Leon goes into his stance. Because he don't know. Ask Sid. He should know, because he's a gummy expert according to the journal. Wait, Sora, take this with you. And he gives us a very unusual item, the Earth Shine. This stone holds some mysterious power, which we'll unlock a little bit later. I've been carrying it for luck. I want you to hold on to it. Where did you find this? Like, how do you use it? Back to his stance. And apparently that question was enough to give Leon a headache, so he's just going to stand there, and we're going to try to talk to him, but he is now engrossed into his own migraine, apparently. But anywho, we haven't talked about this lovely lady yet. This is Ares, or Aerith, or however you want to pronounce it. First appearance from Final Fantasy VII in 1997. She lost her home to the Heartless at a very young age. Beneath her gentle disposition lies a strong will and a firm sense of duty. Many are naturally drawn to her. Aerith works with Leon and Yuffie to learn more about the Heartless and the key. Her name is never actually stated in this game because of the conflict between how it's pronounced, so whether you want to call her Ares or Aerith or whatever, it doesn't matter because it's all to your discretion, because no one ever says her name, ever. Alright, so we have a white Trinity down there. Obviously, we can't do that yet. And we have a box back here, which now contains more puppies. 10, 11, and 12. So that's 3 more puppies to add to the room. We're not going to go back and take a look, because I'm pretty sure that does not unlock any type of new item from Pongo Perdita. But at least it's more puppies. Another check mark, right? You're going to go back here. We're going to find ourselves in a dead end. This is kind of a shortcut between a different area that we're going to see, not in this episode, in the next one. But for right now, we need to make our way. That was a weird camera angle because it doesn't let you change camera inside of that little area. Back to Sid and ask him about the gummy block. So I will meet you there, out of the waterway, and away we go. Alright, we gotta level up on Donald, some useless AP that I'm not gonna really use for right now. And we gotta level up on Sora, giving him more items and, more importantly, the ability Stun Impact. Stun Impact is a rather useful area of effect ability that Sora does gain, well, at this level when choosing the shield, but various levels, whatever, else you chose. Basically, has a 30% chance of unleashing a finishing combo attack that renders surrounding enemies unconscious. You actually fire off this cool little dome of energy around him, and anybody caught within that dome is given a little bit of damage, so it's not high damaging, but the stun is really what you need because it completely knocks them off balance and gives you a good chance to run up and beat them up. I'm actually going to get rid of Sonic Blade because I really don't like it. It's not my cup of tea in terms of his special type abilities. Plus, we can always use an AP for something else a little bit later. I'm not even going to bother with Berserk because I don't like putting myself at that type of level. Oh, and you know what? Why don't we give Berserk to Donald because he has it, and why not, I guess, right? Alright, in we go to the first district, making our way to go see Sid, which is in his item shop. I want to be able to go through that door there because it's a bit of a shortcut. Well, not really. We can make it a shortcut, but the game doesn't want me to do that. Alright, here we go. We actually have a Moogle in the shop now. What do you have to say for yourself, buddy? A big tournament is being held somewhere, Kupo. That's how I think Muggles talk. That's how I believe it. Anyway, that's for the Colosseum and a little bit later. What have you got there? Hey! Well, if it ain't a gummy block. Yup. What's this one for? You're kidding me. You're flying a gummy ship and you don't know nothing about navigation gummies? Bunch of pinheads. Inner space ain't no playground. I think that's how Sid talks. There's a lot we don't know. So what? That's right, Sora, you tell them. Him, whatever. We have to use the gummy ship to go to other worlds. We don't have a choice. Whoa, easy. I didn't know. No hard feelings, alright? Okay, we forgive you this time, Sid, just because you're that cool. Well, I guess I could lend you all a hand then. Thanks. I was gonna get all technical. Basically, with navigation gummies, you can go to new places. You want one on your ship, right? Well, that would be why we're here for you, Sid. Absolutely. I'll install it for you. But I got this thing I gotta go deliver first. What do you need to deliver? Just this book. What book? It's real old. When the guy brought it in, it was practically falling apart. Too beat up to restore it to the way it was. Oh, how sad. But overall, I did a decent job putting it back together. Well, that's good. At least you were able to do something with it. Anyway, you mind delivering it for me? Yeah, we could do that. I don't see why not. It's the old house past the 3rd district. Look for a big fire sign. And we got the old book that we have to go deliver to the place. Whoa. What was that? Which is pretty much what I wanted to say, but Sora beat me to it. The bell at the Gizmo shop is ringing. Go check it out if you want, but deliver that book for me first. When you're done, stop by the house in the 3rd district. I'll be there. So that's our goal right now. We have actually multiple objectives at this point, whether it be delivering the book or checking out the bell at the Gizmo shop, but it is best to deliver the book first just to kind of move that forward and then go to the Gizmo shop and check out whatever is going on there. So let's head to the 3rd district through this little shortcut here because we'll be able to get to it no problem. And now in the 3rd district, we actually have a series of mini battles we have to do, including a new guy standing up. You saw him fly away. He's up there being blasted, and I'm hitting him right now. That is an air soldier. 33 to 120 HP, 5 to 90 experience, dropping a various amount of stuff, spirit gems, and high potions probably being the most important stuff. These are winged Heartless. They fly over their enemies and dive to strike them. Their high endurance and quickness make them tough to beat. If you want a good technique in order to take down the air soldiers, use Thunder, because it seems to do more damage to them than most other Heartless, probably because they're in the air, I'm guessing, and there's nothing to ground the lightning, so it just blasts right through them. Plus, it does have a high chance of stunning them, especially when they're in the air. You can kind of call the air soldiers a cousin of the regular soldiers, because, you know, they kind of share the same soldier word in them. The only problem with the air soldiers is that they're really fast and they kind of hit pretty hard, so keep your eye on them, and they would probably be one of the higher priorities to take down in terms of large groups of Heartless. Plus, they're so maneuverable. Come on, get over here, you. Once we get more air combos and things along that ways, we'll be able to take them down a lot faster, so let's just do what we gotta do. And there we go. I think that's all of them. Is that it? Yes. Okay, good. Poor Donald and Goofy are down, but now they're up. Alright, there's a few things I want to take care of in the 3rd district before we move on. First off, I'm going to come over here, and I apologize for the brightness. I'm going to try to maybe adjust this somehow in editing or whatever. But I'm calling this a hidden Mickey right there because most people actually overlook this, probably because it is so bright. But you have Lady and the Tramp back there. They're kissing. It's a cute little statue in the back. And it doesn't really serve any purpose other than to be there. So that's pretty, I'm calling that a hidden Mickey. Next thing is this little battery thing over here that we saw before. There are cords sticking out of the pipe. In order to activate this, you need to cast yourself a bit of thunder magic. Thunder! And connect the cords together with electricity. This will actually activate something in the Gizmo shop for later, so make sure you do that. Going up and behind here after we beat up a few of these Heartless. Oh, there we go. There's the stun impact. My big dome of attacking right there. I like it. we're going to come all the way here, and we're going to do one more Trinity. I'm actually stepping on it. There we go. It is another blue Trinity. So you know what this is. This is a Trinity jump. Let's go. Hop to it, guys. And we get a bunch of money that falls down out of nowhere, as well as a camping set, which I don't really use them. It is nothing more than selling fodder, because any more money I can get, the better. Because there's going to be a point when Huey, Dewey, and Louie sell a lot of weapons for Donald and Goofy, and even though you don't need all the weapons, I like collecting all the weapons anyway. I'm a weapon hoarder. I'm sorry. That's just what I do. They're fun. They're enjoyable. Alright, here we go. Currently closed off. We can't go into it. This is a fire symbol indeed. In order to open it, you need to then step back, access your magic, and crack it open that way. It's going to blink, and now this door is permanently open. We can go in and out of it as we see fit. But I am actually going to end it right there. In the next episode, we will go through this mysterious fire door and see exactly who it is that we have to drop off this book to. This will actually open up a bunch of new side quests, as well as a few new things that we can do. See that little line underneath items? Yeah, we're going to be filling that up shortly. So that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to rate and comment down below, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can get equipped with me, Metal Blade 427. Thank you again for being patient for this episode coming out. Let me know how the audio is and everything, or if you have any suggestions about ways to make audio better, because I'm still trying to figure it out. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. Gonna find that out in editing, which I'm going to be doing next. So, as always, thank you again, and you guys have a good one. I will catch you all later.